This is part 2 of chapter 1 of Stephen King's Under the Dome, The Airplane and the Woodchuck. The woodchuck came bumbling along the shoulder of 119, headed in the direction of Chester's Mill. Although the town was still a mile and a half away, and even Jim Rennie's used cars was only a series of twinkling sun flashes arranged in rows at the place where the highway curved to the left, the Chuck planned, so far as a woodchuck can be said to plan anything, to head back into the woods long before he got that far. But for now, the shoulder was fine. He'd come farther from his burrow than he meant to, but the sun had been warm on his back and the smells were crisp in his nose, forming rudimentary images, not quite pictures, in his brain. He stopped and rose on his back paws for an instant. His eyes weren't as good as they used to be, but good enough to make out a human up there, walking in his direction on the other shoulder. Chuck decided he'd go a little further anyway. Humans sometimes left behind good things to eat. He was an old fellow, and a fat fellow. He had raided many garbage cans in his time, and knew the way to Chester's Mill landfill as well as he knew the 3 tunnels of his own burrow. Always good things to eat at the landfill. He waddled a complacent old fellow's waddle, watching the human walk on the other side of the road. The man stopped. Chuck realized he had been spotted. To his right, and just ahead, was a fallen birch. He would hide under there, wait for the man to go by, then investigate for any tasty. The Chuck got that far in his thoughts, and another 3 waddling steps, although he'd been cut in 2. Then he fell apart on the edge of the road. Blood squirted and pumped, guts tumbling into the dirt. His rear legs kicked rapidly twice, then stopped. His last thoughts before the darkness that comes upon us all, Chucks and humans alike. What happened?